Alright, welcome back everybody. Welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV with Bun. Um, we haven't been on for a couple of days. Decided to take a couple day break just to kind of recuperate and whatnot. Still feeling kind of sick, but we're doing better. So today we're gonna pick up where we left off in the MSQ. Last time we did the Crystal Tower Raid series. So we're going to pick up where we left off in the MSQ, which is the Guardian of Eorzea quest. We're about 50, maybe under 50 quests up until Heavensward here. So we're going to continue where we left off. Right. Guardian of Eorzea. Hope y'all are doing good today. It's been very rainy here the past couple days, and everyone seems like has a cold, so just kind of bear with me here. Unfortunately, we have some unspoken dialogue cutscenes starting it off, so, and they're just talking about how they've defeated all the different primals at this point. It's me. I'm the only one to have killed them all. Yay, me. A true hero. No. No, I just like killing things. Oh, let's see. There we go. Whew. Yeah, I think last time we were doing the Crystal Tower Raid series, God, I can't say that name to save my life. We had a little bit of trouble with it. People pulling and whatnot before we were ready, and unfortunately that raid series is one of those that people just don't wait. They're in there to get it over quickly and just get done with it. Okay, so she just mentioned Noah, which was the group of people that we got together to do the Crystal Tower Raid series. So I wonder if there's quest progression ties to this particular cutscene here. It's Alphino, but it's Alphino. Yep. No, I just got bored and came back. Uh-oh. Let's see. Turn off. Okay. But why? Why would you bother with her name? Just random Eorzean girl number 1. Hi, Forgetful. I saw that you followed me the other day. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to our playthrough of Final Fantasy for the like umpteenth time. Uh-oh. That's not good. No, it looks okay on our end. Yeah, 60 frames a second. 0 drop frames. Sorry it's dropping for you. Could be Twitch. Could be Twitch acting up. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonay. Okay, good. Yeah, I couldn't remember how far we actually were into this. Had to take a look the other day, see exactly how far we are, but shouldn't be more than maybe 50 quests to Heavensward, something like that. We're just letting all this play, so people who maybe go back and watch it later can still read it. So. I actually need to check. Now that I remember it, shoot. We've had a little bit of an issue with our YouTube channel. The same company decided that they put a copyright strike on 3 of the videos that we have for the use of "Torn from the Heavens," which is one of the most used songs in Final Fantasy XIV. You're gonna hear it all the time, but for some reason, this particular group just wants to always copyright strike it. It's really kind of sad. But I haven't heard anything negative from YouTube about it, so, you know, I guess they don't care. Alright, let's meet Hoary Bowler to the east of Evan's Toll. Alright, so this should be, I think he's showing the Doman children how to be an adventurer, I think is what this side piece is here. Keep reaching for my 9 button like Lost Ark. Jeez. Got my mount tied to 9 on that game. Keep reaching for it. Been playing a lot of that recently. I got like I think I've got almost 40 hours in Lost Ark, so the control scheme's kind of getting to me. Alright, so it's good of you to agree to this, Bun. I trust you are ready to begin? Sure. Let's just get this over with. You certain wish you wish to fight her alone too? Oh man. I did just wake up about an hour ago, so my reading chops are not going to be probably what they could be if I was awake for an hour or 2 more. You haven't begun yet, have you? Oh. Hi, Ida. They're all people who want to learn how to be an adventurer from a big, strong adventurer like you. That's exactly what it was. Oh, no, trust me. He's going to be soundly beaten. Then we'll take the sword and just, like, shove the hilt up his ass. Just for added insult. Unless he's into that, I guess. Ah, yeah, see? See, boy? See what that gets you? Yeah. I don't even have Carbuncle out yet. I beat you with normal skills. Oh. Mage wants some now too. Oh, big boy. Big boy wanna fight too. Okay. Aw, that's a cute little Fire 3. Alright. Battle the mage. Let's get the mage first. Heavy and slow? No. Oh, no. Oh! Again. Ooh, hallowed ground. There's the hallowed. Okay. Yeah, that's right. What did you think was gonna happen? Seriously. You can't beat the power of the Summoner Dom. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. His shield right there. Yeah, I beat up people that were weaker than Gaius. Wow. Woo! Everybody get excited. Oh, Lord. I mean, sure, it was like, I don't know, how many episodes have we done? Like, 20? 10? 15? It's like 15 days ago, man. That's when we first met. Oh, okay. This is, he's gonna, okay. But the salvation of Eorzea isn't possible. No, just kill them all. I mean, can't you see that in those eyes? Just murder them all. Just Bun laughing over a pile of corpses as the screams and terror just permeate the air. Oh, Lord. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, you don't do that. That's meant for people with power, not people who just want to be useful. You can keep your aspirations away from mine. He reminds me of I know I've seen him throughout, you know, X number of expansions, like 5 expansions at this point, 5 6 expansions, and um, every time I look at him or Alize with the little ear cuff, I think of like a tagged cow or something. It's some kind of tagged animal. Oh, Lord. Alright, so Rising Stones. I'm not sure why they made that. Like, they made the Rising Stones and they made the Solar a separate instance, but I guess they wanted to do that so that he could do extra stuff with it and it didn't take up a whole lot of resources. Thank you for coming, Bun. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization. Oh no. A group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. What you gonna name it, bud? What you gonna name it? It's gonna be something with crystal in it? It's gonna be something with crystal in it. Let's see. Make a dumb move? You gonna make a dumb move? Yeah, dumb move. A realm-wide grand company. It's a nice gesture, it's a nice thought, but at the same time, you know, why not just get all the grand companies together and just make them one? Like, so what he proposes is not a grand company wide grand company. What he's kind of thinking about is it's almost like a band of mercenaries that's attached to the Scions. But what really gets me is that he wants to form this, and he is not a combat ready person. He's not a combat ready character, so this little skinny dude is going to lead all these like muscular men into battle. And I get it, he's a mage, I get it, but at the same time, you know, no. not the best leadership choice. Not at this point, at least. And he's also supposed to be like, I get that they're geniuses essentially for their age, but he's supposed to be so young. So who in their right mind would give this young child essentially, because the Ellison don't live much longer than humans, um, maybe by like maybe 10% of their lifespan or something like that, but um, they don't live much longer than humans. So he is still technically a child. I don't see why in the world a world leader would give him access to anything. Even if he's proven himself, you know, just spam risk. Yay! I like spam. Been looking for a job recently on a bunch of different networks, and whenever you give your number out to them or your email or whatever, you're bound to get a bunch of spam email. It's kind of sad. Hate when they do that, but they do. So, all right, Bulwark Hall's room Lanisha first. Oh, please, Limsa, don't crash the game. No, it won't crash the game. When I was trying to output 1080 before, we had a little bit of an issue with Limsa, because they, for some reason, I was also trying to do this at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and for some reason Limsa would just like really destroy the frame rate. But now that we're doing stream like anywhere from 10 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 or 1 in the afternoon, you know, it's not too bad. Usually we're getting like 60 frames a second. We don't drop below that. Occasionally I'll get a fluctuation. Last week or so we haven't gotten any drop frames either, so it's been really nice. Alright. Alpha now. Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Bluefisfin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter, that we may prepare for the next leg of our journey. So we're just gonna go around, and it's basically mercenaries. It's pretty much what it is. There you go. Oh, that sucks. Alright, scout for recruits. So we're gonna go upper decks. Just talk to this dude. Drowning Winch. Although I would not be surprised if, you know, getting mercenaries who, you know, sure they want to fight for freedom and fight for glory and whatnot, but would not be surprised if it comes around to bite him in the ass eventually. You can only trust your friends, trust no one else. Even then, sometimes don't even trust your friends. That was one. Yeah? Who the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on the door of that dandy Carvalian's door. Aw, they're so mean to each other. Her and Carvalian. Let's see. I wish I had pelotons so I could move faster. Alright, so got. I love how we're going to the main like big pirate cruise. I think this is gonna be the Blacksmith Guild though. precursor to a United Eorzean Grand Company? Well, I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at the Naldik and Vimeli's keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Yeah, imagine that. Doesn't want to help. But I mean, so we're asking all these people who, and I know Alphinaud said, you know, it doesn't matter if they're already assigned to something or if they already have an obligation, but if you had an obligation like leading a group of pirates or leading a group of blacksmiths, why the hell would you ever consider doing military work on the side? It seems like a bad idea. It seems like trying to put too much on your plate. And he's asking the wrong people at this point. Real. Well, if it ain't Bun, I'd never forget an adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes? 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? Aye, it ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink. But I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work? Ha, sounds like a right lark, it does. Alrighty, lass, count me in. Heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. Alright, so there's one. Where else do we have to recruit from? The Marauders Guild and Carvalion. Okay. So we're gonna get maybe one. Can't imagine Carvalion really wanting to come and help. But there we go. We can actually continue around. Let's see. Let's see. Alright. Carvalion. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say, the proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know there is a time to act and time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Again, there's really no point for the pirates to join us, because you know they don't need to. They're already established here in Limsa. Rainer. I forget if he joins. I don't think so. Master Alphinaud's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing? Okay. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention. But yeah, I mean, what did he expect trying to get these people? All but Real are already engaged. Alright, so we can actually go main plaza. What did he expect though? He just expected people to just lay down everything they're doing and say, hey, yeah, sure, let's go play Tin Soldier or Toy Soldier or whatever the hell you want to call it. Kind of reminds me of, I'm trying to think which anime it is. Oh, that's right, we're going to the, shoot. Kind of reminds me of Gate, actually, where, or Gate, Gate. It's an isekai type show, but the princess of the main nation that they're fighting has a group of knights that she's created, but they're not looked upon in like a positive light. They're looked upon as though they're just for formality. So this is what we're thinking the Alphina's new little squad is going to be. It's going to be just a formality type thing. Fun. Your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest? Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nifika's altar. Alright. So I guess... Oh, wait, we don't even have to do this. No. We're just gonna teleport to Gridania. Alright. And Nifika's altar, which is going to be the Conjurer's Guild. I'm expecting, it's been a while since I've played this part of the MSQ. I'm expecting that at least one of them doesn't want to help him. Oh, okay. There we go. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I'd be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates as run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counters before. Okay. So we're gonna go question the people of Gridania now. Okay. Say join us or don't. There's really no consequence for not joining. Join us and pledge your allegiance to a 15-year-old child. So, I guess in this universe, maybe he wouldn't be considered a child, but Laurentius. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was the traitor from the Garlean, the spy in early Realm Reborn, like level 30 quests. Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscaron's. Yes, I now remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if jail had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? I mean, like, half the events in this game take place here, so... Recruiting, huh? What is your policy on reformed convicts? Refuse to comment. As matters stand, the Wood Whalers will have not more to do with me. This may be the second chance I was looking for. Evidence told you, say. I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I'm a changed man. Sure you are. Can't wait to see that he dies in something. He's not a bad guy. He was just looking out for his own, looking out for, you know, his coin purse. But I mean, anybody would like betray their country for like a couple $1 million, right? Depends on which country it is. Russia, not so much. United States, maybe. As long as you get to go to maybe Canada or something. Let's see. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Okay, this is okay, this is Isildur and just remembered. Oh, Jesus. Let's call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, Bun, isn't it? It's been some time since our paths crossed outside Copperville Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look how far you've come. Mother Mione tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted adventurous souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here will be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. She'll join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. I can't be pronouncing that right, because it reminds me of the character from Lord of the Rings, Isildur. Let's see. Alright. Or Sandal. Okay. Now we are just taking all of the shit, pieces of shit. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Alright, so if we don't remember, this is the butler to Lady Amadine, which turns into the succubus that you fight at the end of Hawk Manor. And the last one should be maybe the Company of Heroes guy over here. Oh, nope, not him, okay. Same Gold. I don't remember her. Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited. And this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such a time as your organization is more well organized. I agree with you. You dodged a bullet there. So don't feel bad. All right. Alphino at the airship landing. What am I doing? Free. It's free. Waste skill on a teleport. So you get your retainers. Gil is a commodity. Gil is highly needed. Once you get your retainers, you can just sell all the junk that you get, but... What news, Fun? For my part, the Elder Seer was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer? Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. I mean, you failed to tell him, though, that this wood whaler is a convict. An interesting harvest, indeed. I wouldn't expect much. Shall we strike into Old Dahl whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alphino, I think this is a bad idea, bro. I think that's a bad idea. Don't listen to the Guardian of Eorzea. Don't listen to, person who has. Don't listen to the Summoner Dog. It's just not possible. You can't listen to it. Ah, this place. 'Tis soon the gate will shut. Ul'dah, the gilded city. Where one's fortune defines one's worth. Okay. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. But you... what? Okay, but you wanted to get people from, like, the Yellow Jackets from Limsa, who are basically the police force. Just like the Sultan's Sworn. I mean, I guess it's the Brass Blades, I guess, that are actually the police force here, but Sultan's Sworn are just a different version of it. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Bun. So we're in the city where money talks, and ow, and you know it's appropriate that he's here because the Olivier family is extremely rich, extremely rich. So I mean, that might be why he's so like willing to give this a try too. He's got the money, just didn't worry about it, you know. Just like a rich, spoiled little rich kid wanting to play toy soldier. Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Oh yeah, hi Willorid. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyway, that disaster really got me to thinking. About our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated, and vowed to make myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you've met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I know that is out there. Sure you have. Sure you have. He's gonna die. I can just feel it. Feel it in my bones. Oh, feel it in the back that needs to be cracked. Alright, so 4 more. 2 of which look like they're in some kind of guild. Landebert. So this is going to be one of the Alamigan refugees that was in the city. You'd be surprised what rumors drift down the Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I can go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. I wouldn't call it an unjust cause. But, I mean, this is kind of a stupid choice. I mean, just a kid playing around, essentially. Why are we trying to recruit a merchant? Seriously. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Yeah, it's just, like, why would you go to him? Alright, where else? So do I have the Weaver's Guild unlocked? I do. Okay, let's go up to Orson. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I'm Orson of the Church of St. Adamalandam. I forgot that name. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion Thancred, was it? Why? You want to do some stuff with Thancred? I'm sure he'd like to do some stuff with you. It's his new companions you seek then. For your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good. but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. But you could come and join us. Heck with the children. The children don't need you. They'll be fine. Their ones and zeros will be fine. Be taken over by a couple that doesn't know the meaning of the word orphanage. Ah, Yellow Moon. A fashion crazed row with extremely light lips. Let's see. Sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashion manner of propositioning a lady? I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. But row. No. There is a large community in 14 that enjoys the row. I'm not really sure why. I guess like the muscle mommy type feel, but I'll go with Makode and Buns, thank you. So. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, we're going back to the Royal Promenade. I guess the closest Ethernet shard. Oh, I didn't have access to that one yet. Cool. I like that. Alright, so we need to get a Chamber of Rule. This quest is very long. Like, it's abnormally long. Sure, man. I think we got one. Single All-Omegan youth. I mean, what did you expect though? You're asking the wrong people. You want people to join your little cult? Just go to a bar, grab some people that are, grab some mercenaries. That would be the best thing. As long as you can pay them. These leaders are just. I get that he's a talented orator, but at the same time, I just can't imagine a world leader saying, or a leader of a country saying, "Sure, why not? We'll support you in this." They're already supporting their own country. They're supporting the Doman refugees in some extent. They're supporting this. The Ul'dah government is supporting the All-Omegan refugees to some extent. This seems like something that they wouldn't have a part in, and that Alphino would have to do solely on his own. It just seems like a bad investment for them. They already have their own militaries. What purpose does having another one serve? And you would think that these world leaders would be almost terrified at the fact that the Scions, a neutral country like that, or a neutral group like this, is going to have their own Grand Company. It's going to have their own like little army essentially. You'd be terrified. Because that would be a neutral army, but still, a neutral army can still be used by any of the three nations, should they gain favor. And should Minfilia die, then, you know, whoever takes over her spot would have all the power in the world to say, hey, you know, just let's go kill the flames, or let's go kill the maelstrom, or whatnot.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphino's bold endeavor?
I think it's stupid. You should stop it.
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace.
No!
His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea.
No!
Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
I mean, okay, so that's a viewpoint.
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve.
Good. It's the good idea to have. It's good.
With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong.
Like, she's not dumb enough to believe
that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate, that those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army.
Exactly. Exactly. It's going to be a
I have trust in
private
the
army.
Scions, your
No!
grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
I mean, for 100 million gil, sure, I'll murder you all. Why not?
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I could murder him.
I have explored all avenues available to us, your grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
But don't arrest him. Just kill him. Just outright kill him.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
You are the leader of this nation. You have a giant 7-foot-tall man next to you who has bullhorns on his arm.
What was
Just kill him.
the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
I have to admit, though, like the dynamic between Nanamo and Raubon is one of the most adorable things in the game. A lot of people believe that it's a romantic one. It's not. It is. They're just very, very, very close.
It is not over.
But it is not a romantic one. Get that image out of your heads. So it just entered mine and I don't want it there. Alright, speak of Alpha Noah the Rising Stone. Alright. Alright, Rising Stone. Let's see. Speak with Alpha now. Again, we go into the instanced solar. So not only is the Rising Stones instanced, but, you know, and there's also the other instanced area. This is not a journey I seem to wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. We must see to the preparations of the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Bun. I'm certain that the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. I think before I played 14, I never had heard of the leader of a group being called the antecedent. It just seems weird, but it could just be me. Greetings, Fun. Alpinair tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphino to see that all is in readiness. All is in readiness? Just say all is ready. So I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's toll of late, and I wonder if Slothborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught he requires? I mean, I don't know, name tags, some free sodas, and some pens to write on name tags. I mean, did they really require anything else? I guess some paper to do paperwork, maybe. So. Slothborn. Fortunately, no, I don't have to help with that. Bring a shipment of Revenant's toll provisions. Okay. Set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. Okay. So we're talking at this point about Ishgardian stuff. Or at least, Kurthus. Yeah, I love how, you know, once they brand a certain group as, like, say, like a heretic or whatnot, they're gonna almost always be revolving around, or at least talking about Ishgard in some respect. Good terms. Yeah, you might say that. Crack that back. Alright. Archivant. Alright, let's go talk to Archivant. Camp Dragonhead, 220 go. I'll be expecting a refund for, what is it, compensation whenever I get back. Ow. Archivant. Well, if it isn't my fine friend Bun. Would you care for a plate of roast caracal? Some mulled wine? I would love some mulled wine. No? I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll. I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. You would be correct, sir. Ah, okay, so this is where we're gonna start getting the actual gloam, or rather the next gear set, the 110 gear set. Okay. And just a reminder that if you do happen to delete this gear set from
The
your...
incident with the new frontier hands?
We'll just let him talk.
No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
I mean, sure, why not?
Hallone's blessings be upon you.
Halloone.
Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes.
Does that not sound like
Were they
Alphinaud's
dragons?
voice? Just
It might
like
be otherwise.
older and a tad bit more British.
But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Okay. Let's go speak to Dromon then. Okay, let's grab our flying bicycle. Somehow I don't think flying in a snowstorm would be, or blizzard rather, would be very wise. Considering you can only see like, 50 feet ahead of you. Almost one of the third flight of steps. Dromon. Fun, is there aught you would ask of me? Pray, speak plainly. I'm a man of action and need no honeyed words. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury. But you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that what the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grips of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. The patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Okay, so let's go talk to the merchant. Zoom in here just so we can kind of see the map a little bit better. Okay. There's Joel still. Let's see. Mistreated merchant. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly blackguards. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Front. A sudden blow sent me reeling. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals. They were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint with my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." Oh no, no, I don't want to do that dungeon. I hate it so much. I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods. But you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. I don't want to do this dungeon. I don't want to do it. I hate it so much. It's not a bad dungeon. It's just not bad. It's not one of the better ones. I can't. Okay, I was gonna say I can't get off my mount. Why can't I get off my mount? Man, y'all die pretty easy. Like, Lady Iceheart must be kind of lacking in her recruitment efforts. Oh yeah, this is gonna make me go into freaking Snowcloak. Draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are common-seeking heretics? We share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced to cross one of their raiding parties. Pursued them here. By rights, we should have them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy raids. Was there a... There's a cutscene here, okay. Ah, yes. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? Well, she did sneer at us, so probably. And so where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall. Some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. Secret tunnel. Let's see. No, I can't read. Stop. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best were we to return to White Brim Front and lay our suspicions to Lord Dromont. But I mean, you have me here. You have the Guardian of Eorzea here. I can take him. It's just an excuse for me to go back to White Brim Front. I want to keep saying White Brim Font, instead of white brim front, but I'm not sure why. Alright, actually, can I let's just go into through the top. Much quicker. Fun, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily, I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask you to put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Haurchefant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies for his own. Just let me do the dungeon! As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Just let me do the fucking dungeon, please. Just let me get it over with. I think I have a bad attitude about it because I remember doing this when I first started through. Whenever I first played on my main character, and it didn't interest me. Snowcloak didn't interest me at all because, you know, at this point in the story, you're wanting to see what Elfener's got going on with his little free company or his multinational company, and you're not really worried about Ishgard. But this sets up the whole story of, or the majority of the story of Heavensward. So, or at least the way up to Heavensward. So.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
I learned she's an elven woman who wears blue and has blue hair. That's
Indeed.
about it.
And this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action.
I love how his hair covers at least one eye.
Though Iceheart's true identity yet
but it's only
eludes
just
us,
barely.
you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Alright, so Slothborn. Just let me do the dungeon, please. Is that the next dungeon? If it's not, it's pretty close. Because it should be the next one. Fun. 'Tis good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Kurthus? House for Tom is to send a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Harshaphant for his continued generosity. Even as our town grows in prosperity, I feel it will attract ever greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphinaud's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. Alright, so we actually can't take any of these. We're gonna take the silver piece. Actually, no, I'll take the silver piece. I'm on the side. I'm leveling Rogue here. It's behind the model if you can't see it. And I'm leveling Rogue as well, so we can eventually get Ninja. Just as a separate thing. Brave new companions. So this should give us the Even Star hat, even though we can't technically see it because the buns can't wear that hat. While you were away in Kurthus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed. Ugh, thank you. Although Tatario does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? Poor Tatario. Hi, Tatario. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Bun, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Okay. So we have a bunch of uniforms. We're supposed to give them to the recruits. Okay, so there's one right here. Ah, you Hase. You know what? I don't like you. So those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself, 'tis an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. Yeah, sure you did. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be a wealth of plenty in selling replica. Jesus. Well, we know where he's from. That's Hase from the Immortal Flames. Real. Hello there, Lost. Looking for me, was ya? To just giving a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. I love how they use they use the same item icon a bunch, but this one is I think used with the indigo cloth in the newer expansions. And the indigo cloth is worth a pretty penny at this point, so... Wait. Wilrid? Hi, Wilrid. Little Alamika could learn much from Revenant's Toll, but this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. You know, he's used to wearing just like tight-fitting leather stuff. Right, so there's one up here. Hemi. Okay. Bun. Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. Well, thank you. You are a good elf. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. It's basically a fangirl. We appreciate all the Bun fangirls and fanboys. It's great. Our Ergum was with wait, what? He has Makoto hairstyle number 4. The scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hardy defender of Limsel and Mensa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and thought this new company was a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. That's Makoto hairstyle number, like, 3, right? I guess it could be available for the row. I don't think so, though. Oh, that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Let's see, so 3 more? Oh, okay, Elaine. Yeah, bleh. Hallian. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I'm excited to forge my own path forward. Good for you. Ah yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Alright, so there's 2 more. Oh, sloppy. Oh. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilbert. I'll have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Yeah, you just, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Alright, the last one I think is on top of the wall here, yep. Ah, Laurentis. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Oh god, yeah, I just figured out, yeah, he's mimicking these guys here. There's 4 or 5 of them that are all just kind of peering out over the wall. Ah, our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. They're all just looking out, and then this one over here is just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Oh boy. Alright, Alphino and the Rising Stones. Do not be alarmed. The model just probably freaked out on the screen. Don't be alarmed. It's just whenever I take a drink, it decides to do that. Alright, Alphino. Yes, fun. Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grain companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much small core of elite warriors can achieve. I mean, so you were planning on making an army. That's not wise, man. It's not wise. Did I mention I'd thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Bun. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. Oh, imagine that. Like, imagine that. It's...
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all!
Yes, he's a very talented orator, but...
For the freedom of all!
He's, like... I think the color choice is a little bit arrogant, honestly. Because, like, that's his color palette. The blue, white, and silver. It's his color palette, so it's very arrogant.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur.
He is like 15! Why?
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
No adult in their right mind would follow a child. Not with military matters.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12.
Oh, well, I mean, there's that at least.
I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon.
Just say soon.
When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
Probably not.
I wonder.
But maybe.
Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Louis Swa in the Seven Hells is just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all have fun. Alright, even star hat. So we're gonna take this gear. We're not actually gonna be able to use the hat piece, unfortunately, because, you know, buns in the head that they decided to not work around. But I mean, again, this is A Realm Reborn stuff. The buttons weren't in A Realm Reborn. We know this. Blah, 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 blah. But I kind of wish that they would take the time to go back and make some of the hats from A Realm Reborn work with the buttons. Now this is going to be the first glimpse at Ishgard that we got in A Realm Reborn, or post A Realm Reborn. The Elf Pope. And Elidipus, okay. Mm-hmm. Eorzea defended. Yay. Alright, so this is gonna give... Now... So let's see how close we are to... let's see, MSQ quest list. Yeah, if you're ever wondering, if you're playing through 14 and you're ever wondering how many quests you have to go, the console games wiki page for the MSQ stuff is really useful. Because it'll allow you to look at all the different quests for the different expansions. Alright, so we just entered into, this is patch 2.4 with Trader in the Mist. So we've got about probably 30 quests. So we've gone through about 10 since we started here in about an hour and a half. Okay. So we're going to attempt... Okay, so yeah, Snowcloak's coming up here. About 6 or 7 quests. I'm watching you. Thancred, I don't think that's wise to be doing that in the building. You go outside and do that, you know, where there's fewer people. Oh, to know. What is it, Bun? And do be concise, I'm rather busy. Boy, you don't talk to me like that. You ain't busy enough to just ignore me. Take you over my knee. You would lend a hand, you say. I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. His men. Though we are newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to find answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself. My presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I've entrusted its resolution to my second in command, Captain Ilbert. Why did he choose Ilbert as the second in command, I wonder? I don't think we ever really get to know that. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with particulars. My thanks in advance, Bun. Is it just because he's taller than everybody else? I think it's taller than everybody else. Do we get Ilbert's voice in Post-Roman Born?
Hail to you, sire.
Oh, yes we do.
How might we serve you?
I will kill you. You sound like someone who needs to die.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us?
God, you are such a smug asshole.
These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
Just spit it
That
out.
which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Okay. So we may think that this is kind kind of abrupt, them finding out that there's a traitor in one of the green companies. But you do have to remember too where we just left off, like the scene where, you know, we have the Ishgardian Pope and all the army. That was the end of 2.3, and there would have been a delay between 2.3 and 2.4. So this Traitor in the Midst quest would be where we would or people would start off and continue at that patch cycle. So a lot of the events that happen will seem like they are very closely related. Like, you know, we'll have something happen that may lead into something, and then immediately we'll figure out what it is. Even if it has to, like, even if it should have a large amount of time between it, it's just because, you know, we can just blitz the MSQ. It's not, what you want to call it? Like, we're not on content anymore, so we're not on content yet, rather. We won't actually be on content until we reach it longer. That's gonna be a long time from now. I mean, at the rate we're going though, if we do 2 hours a day and we complete probably 10 or 15 quests a day, we could possibly get there in a month or two, maybe. But it's a very long game. If you haven't ever played it, or if you know, if you're trying to tell somebody
here, my friend?
to play it, just warn them it's very long.
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Hilbert is such a suck-up.
Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher.
I mean...
But you, Hilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
Tidings? What kind of tidings?
So there has been progress.
Ill tidings? Or just tidings?
I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here,
he's
in
wearing,
plain view of all.
He's wearing the Crystal Brave uniform, and it's General Raubon in his normal garb, no, that will never arouse suspicion. Absolutely not.
So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monitarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Raubon's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Alright, take the silver piece again. Alright, back on Forest. So this time we're gonna get the Evenstar gloves, which we will be able to use. Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levieur. Alright, so we're going back to Mordona. Let's see. Probably gonna try and push to the quest that unlocks Snowcloak, and then we'll probably end it for the day. That's about another probably 35 minutes maybe, depending on how quickly the quests go by. Alright, so it might be longer than that, so we'll just have to see. If you're wondering why we kind of cut it up into chunks, that's exactly why. It's because this MSQ is so long. Oh, he's not in here. Okay. The MSQ is so long that it's not worth it to try and just blitz through it. And so we've been kind of, and people don't pay attention for terribly long, so we've been kind of trying to cut it up into digestible chunks, I guess. Usually we go for about 2 hours and then leave it off there, but sometimes, you know, we'll do 3 or 4 hours depending on the content that's in the video itself. So Castrum Sentry. Okay, so the Tangle. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait, Castrum Sentry. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Can't go that way. It's bright. Charge of one. You would aid us in the rescue mission? We're in your debt, Warrior of Light. Yeah, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do but to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse, with her hurts. With her hurts? I fear that she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Her hurts. I've never heard somebody say it like that. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Rish before it's too late. Okay. You know, I don't remember if we ever get the emote for the Crystal Brave salute. I don't think so. Because we don't ever really actually become a Crystal Brave. Which is unfortunate. It's not a terrible salute. Alright. I'm not high enough level to avoid aggro on these. So we're gonna, these guys are actually, let's go ahead and kill them because they're on the hunting log. Garlean Fiber. Right. Find Resh Bilali. This is a Miko, yeah. So you have two choices really on this one, and Resh Palali, you think they are a Seeker of the Sun or a Keeper of the Moon? And if you chose Keeper of the Moon, you'd be correct. The naming conventions for the Mikote are a little bit different depending on whether or not they're Seeker or Keeper. Because your Seekers are almost always going to have, you know, their tribe initial and then their name. So like Y'shtola would be considered a Seeker, but the Keepers are almost always going to have some kind of, like, they might sound almost like an Indian name. They're going to have, you know, two, while a Seeker may not have a last name, because, you know, their tribe letter is essentially their identity as a group, as a family. But the Keepers may have a first and last name. Right, so defeat Imperial troops at several specified locations, blah 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 blah. Okay, so should not be terribly hard. We are several levels above the MSQ level for this, so should not be that difficult. Cool. That was the extent of what we needed for that. Oh, well, it just started over here. There's no extra enemies over here. Cool. Just two cohorts. Oh, never mind. Probably should go after something with the Hoppelmacher first, honestly. They're gonna have the stun. Oh, I guess they have a stun too. They have paralyzed. Stop that crowd. Get. Alright. Okay, Alien. I awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You've done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission success to Commander Leveilleur. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Those are also on the hunting log. Well, we will know where to come when Snowcloak takes like 30 minutes to pop. Oh, boy. Just ride the bike into the tavern. But I mean, we already entered that stronghold once and came out alive. Why would you expect any different? I'm more curious why the Garleans actually still have a presence in Castrum Sentry. You know, after we destroyed Praetorium, you know, you would think, and Castrum Meridianum too. You know, after we destroyed those two main facilities, it's weird to think that the Garleans would keep hold of, you know, this particular castrum that's so close to both of those. Because if you go through Castrum Sentry and go through it to the train track in the back, if you go on that train track, it takes you to northern Thanalan, which is where Praetorium and Castrum Meridianum were. So there's really no point for the Garleans to still be in Castrum Century. But, you know, it's the game needs to do what it's going to do, so... And there's really no point. We should have forced them out of there. And I actually never equipped those two gear pieces. Shoot. So we'll do that. Alright, so this is oh lordy, okay. Alright. Third candidate for best boy incoming. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity to find an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence, which would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Emmerich wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kurthis. Mayhap you feel this is to be a waste of your talents, which could be doubtless put to nobler use? If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with a stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. More good, yes. More progress, probably not. Alright. Progress, probably not. Okay, so let's go. Come to Minfilia. So currently we have 3 candidates for best boy. The one that we're about to meet, Haurchefant, which a lot of people really enjoy Haurchefant. Let's see, a meeting with the Ishgardian ambassador. By all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphino believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Well, that's good. Is this going to be voice acted? No. Okay. So, the best boy. You have Haurchefant, you have Emmerich, and you have Graha. Those are the 3 that we've met so far. At least for a Realm Reborn, if you're looking for a waifu, people usually just go with Minfilia, because she's the most common on-screen protagonist female in the game, besides maybe Y'shtola. So, if you're gonna pick one from Realm Reborn, it's either gonna be Y'shtola or Minfilia. If you pick Ida, you have interesting tastes. And if you pick Alize, then you have the taste of that, which, you know, we don't see her for the entire first part of the game, basically. I think the situation that could be most kind of, or rather the situation in Ishgard can be compared to, if you've seen Lord of the Rings, then you know of Rohan, and how the Lord there was before, you know, Aragorn, Gimli, and Gandalf and whatnot go to Rohan. But you know how the Lord there was. He's kind of like just taken over and whatnot, or he was being manipulated by the court wizard, essentially. and it's kind of the same gist here. It's the best comparison I can give you for how Ishgard is. But we will find out more about Ishgard in the coming patches, at least. Alright, so this is coming to terms. There are 4 more quests till where we will be stopping for the day. And tomorrow we will pick up where we left off and go into Snowcloak and do that dungeon. We should also... Tomorrow is actually going to be a relatively busy day for stream, looks like. We'll be finishing 2.4 and doing the last trial of 2.4, or the trial during 2.4 rather, as well as the dungeon. Haurchefant is one of those characters that is he is beloved by many. He's also one of the most progressive Ishgardians in the game. He wants the Holy See to open up. He wants the Ishgardians to, be active in Eorzea again. He's not so much tied to he's tied to his duty as a knight of House Horton, but he's not tied to the past as most Ishgardians are. He is very progressive thinking, and so that puts him on a lot of people's good list. Alright, House Horton guard. I'm past him. We've been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. The intercessory.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphinaud Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all.
So,
does it not?
yes, it does. But so
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
He is the other fanboy for the hero or the Warrior of Light.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
But I think he's also the first one that is technically a fanboy. Graha is also a
We
fanboy
know
for the
full
Warrior
well
Flag,
that the
but
Garleans will return in force ere long.
his takes a little bit more time.
What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
I mean, and they're right.
On what grounds?
Well, Ishgard isn't plagued by those.
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us.
Exactly.
The territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry.
Yeah, exactly.
Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
The other bun sitting pose is his pose. Oh my god.
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's toll.
He's sitting too straight up.
These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
The caravan's been attacked. Oh no! Whatever shall we do? Not the caravan. Okay. Alright, Intercession of Saints. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Harshavant and find out what he has learned. Alright. A bowl of shark fin soup. I love how I haven't given her a name yet. Even though she's been on the screen for probably, I don't know, like 5 minutes maybe, something like that. Okay. Boulder Downs. It should be right down there near Armvale. Caravan. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Harshavant bid you speak with us? Then you must be... beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nearly a crate behind. Tipped the wagon over for good measure. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it. Though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis not but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care from the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was here during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Wow, what a douche. Okay. Make sure I come out and kill those things later. So I'm kind of curious what if the squire here is going to be Elizin or here. Because the manner in which he spoke there could be determined on whether or not what race the squire is. Over here. It's not. Okay. Oh, okay, it's on the second floor. Okay, so Elizin, so. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as. Lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought. Some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have had the same thought. Else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened until I saw the snow turn red. Then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but it took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't, I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Alright, so we've learned about yet another primal. Yet another primal. If you ever have cause to wonder who the main villains of this game are, it's either the Garleans or the Primals. So, yeah. If you want to know who you're fighting against, it's either the Garleans or the Primals. The Enchiridion. Yeah, I'm kind of curious why they don't give, so the knight's name is Lucia. I don't know why they just don't say her name initially. I don't think that there was anything super, like, pertinent about her name not being revealed here. Alright, even star tights. Okay. Oh, wait. We're gonna be slowly getting the next set of armors here. So. Persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Bun, pray join me in White Brim Front. Jesus. Since the incident at Snowcliff, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drummond should be eager to oblige us. We shall see you there, then. Good. Again, I apologize for getting the motorcycle out in the house, but I need it out. Alright, White Brim Front. So, okay, so this is one of the quests. Is just literally go here and complete this. It's kind of disappointing that, you know, a lot of the quests where you start off with the three sets that you don't necessarily need, at least for the casters. The casters kind of get at the short end of the stick, because usually the first quest is going to be relatively short and to the point, and it's going to give you what you want for like the melee classes and the tanks and whatnot. Then the healers and casters, you actually tend to have to do more for your quests to actually get your armor. A lot of the stuff prior is just like a build-up quest. So this quest is, okay, Strength and Unity is what this is called. Okay. Dark words, dark deeds. We get some bacon bread and even star boots. Even star boots are actually one of the cuter sets of boots, and it's kind of like a Harlequin type outfit, so it'd be nice to have. Let's see. It seems as though we're always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the selfsame result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Ghislaine. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Graves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is soon to end, at which point he must report to Sir Jean Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere, simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which can endanger our plans. Interesting, okay. Going to the top again. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Observe the suspected heretic, okay. Alright, so unlike Endwalker with their newer version of the follow quest, these are just, you know, go to the destination and wait. If you haven't played Endwalker yet, this is not technically a spoiler, so they introduced a new system for the follow quests, in which you actually, like, there's an instanced area where you have to actually follow an NPC that's walking. It is not the ideal way to do it, but it is what they decided to do it, to keep it a more fluid interaction rather than going to a destination, waiting, going to a destination, waiting, go to a destination, waiting. The way that they do it now, though, is you have to follow the character, or the NPC, and you have to actually, they actually have a line of sight cone that can detect the player. If the player is seen, then they fail the instance. If they're not seen, then they succeed the instance. So, and there are a good number of them in Endwalker. So it shows you running away, but you're still in the same spot, and so that guard would have eventually walked right past you. Let's see, we're going on the top. Alright. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? Yes, it did. I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Alright, so even star boots. Oh, actually, that's weird, huh? So we're actually already wearing something that's better? Really? Oh, by one defense. Oh, and it's actually better than that on the eye level too. So okay, so the World of Darkness gear is better than the questing gear, it would seem. So okay, so that's fortunately we don't get to wear those. Well, at least we can glamour them. That's fine. That's glamour. Even star booties. Okay, there we go. Alright, drill them on again. So first blood. We've long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take their forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Surrender Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of the storied warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Height or Boulder Downs. If Helone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Bun. The lives of our allies are at stake. Okay, so... Oopsie. Okay. House Surrender... Okay, that's interesting. That's not where Snowcloak is, but that is where they're deciding to have the quest. Interesting. Oh, I guess that we're going to defeat them at Boulder Downs. We're not actually going to beat them at Snowflake yet. This is the big white circle with the, the elegant stuff in it. Oh. Are there actually tunnels down here? Oh dear. Oh, no, it's probably some night birds for the sun. Again, we are still much higher, or at least a little bit higher level than these guys, so we shouldn't take too much damage from them. Rendezvous with the House Surrender Knights, but they're dead. Oh, okay, there's a effect here. Okay. Alright, and take it back to Dromon. Okay. having flight in Realm Reborn is by far one of my favorite quality of life changes that they put in the game recently. So they've had it since I think the end of Shadowbringers, I want to say, or rather, like I think at the end of Shadowbringers and before post Shadowbringers, I want to say, that they've had flying in Realm Reborn. Okay, go on. My knight sent no word if you're coming, Bun. What has happened? What is that in your hand? Okay. Path of the Righteous. Time is of the essence, Bun. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not lost yet. If you leave now, there may be some time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything you have discovered. Fun, this is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levior been informed? The Braves must also be made aware. Speak with Alpha now. Okay, he's... Hello, Eda. Only my pride, Ada. I love how there's always some cause for, like, them to pause for a moment and ascend, then just decide to send the adventurer and send the warrior of light in. I'm also interested, I'm rather curious to determine how or why they would call Alphino Khmer girl. And, you know, because they're twins, you know, Alize and Alphino are oftentimes mistaken for each other. And so I'm curious to know what the relationship is between Alize and the Ice Heart group. Because if they noticed, or if they knew Alphino by his appearance, then, or if they mistook him for Alize, then that means they must have had some kind of dealing with Alize before, or some some run-in or whatnot. The entrance to the tunnel, madam, it's just over there. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would have never noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Well, y'all are useless then. Okay, so Snowcloak's been unlocked. Alright. So that is where we're going to leave off for today. We're going to do Snowcloak and the rest of 2.4 tomorrow. And then we're actually going to cut it off after 2.4 is done tomorrow. And from then on, we're going to try and do a full content patch worth of stuff every day, or every time that we stream, except for like raids and whatnot. We'll also be doing Binding Coil eventually, so look forward to that as well. And that one we're gonna have, once we get them caught up, we're gonna have my friend Kaina helping us with that one. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. So we can get the housekeeping stuff out of the way here, or at the very end rather. If you like this content, make sure that you follow us on Twitch and YouTube for that matter. There's a subscribe button for YouTube on our channel. If you enjoy the content, if you think that this content might be something that your friends might want to look at, make sure that you just drop them a link or share it or whatever you want to do with it. And again, thank you all so much for the support that you've given us, and we look forward to seeing y'all in the next stream. So y'all have a great day. Stay safe.